So what is my benchmark that I use when I'm helping people with their sleep? So often when I'm working with a client, the first kind of 5 minutes or so, people will often tell me how the last week or 2 weeks has been, depending how often I'm seeing them. And normally in the early stages of their insomnia treatment, what I usually get is a blow-to-blow account of their insomnia. And so they tell me about all the good nights they've been having, and then they go into a lot of detail about the poor nights they've been having. And when I really start seeing that my teachings have started to click is usually as we're progressing through the program. And when I ask people about their week, either they just tell me about the successes they've been having with their sleep and just brush over the nights which weren't so great, which, you know, even good sleepers sleep poorly, so you're going to get the occasional poor night of sleep. Or they won't even tell me anything about how well or poorly they've slept. They tell me about what they've been up to during the daytime. So they say stuff, oh yeah, I woke up at 7 o'clock and then I took my dog out for a long walk, and then I booked this restaurant for the evening. I haven't eaten in a restaurant for ages because I'd always been taught that I shouldn't eat too late and I didn't want to be too stimulated. And I've now started doing this exercise class as well, and I've started getting back into my old hobbies, and essentially I can see it in people's faces and I can see it in their body language that they're kind of getting what the entire approach is that I am kind of helping them with and outlining. It's that kind of complete detachment from sleep and that real kind of understanding that you're going to have ups and downs. You're never going to get linear sleep, but it is the obsession, it is the struggle, it is the control, it is the effort, which is insomnia. And so when they start, instead of telling me blow by blow account of how well they're sleeping, but instead of shifted their focus onto other areas of their life which they have started seeing opening up to themselves because they are approaching their insomnia different, because they're starting to be fearless around their sleep, because they have decided that they're no longer going to allow insomnia to control and dictate their life, I can really start seeing such amazing progress when people reach this stage. And so this is what I'm going to really encourage you to do when you are doing the behavioral changes. Instead of focusing on how well you're sleeping on each individual night, focus on what you're doing during the daytime to get that stuck back into your life. Focus on how you're thinking, focus on how you're feeling, focus on, you know, how your thought patterns have changed. If a month ago you had a poor night of sleep and it was the end of the world, and you lay in bed and you watched TV and you drew the curtains and you essentially thought it was just the end of the world, but now you had a poor night of sleep and you woke up and went, oh, you know what, that's annoying, I really didn't want that to happen, but I'm just going to carry on today like nothing had happened and just get stuck into my day again. And you've shifted your thought pattern in that way. Absolutely fantastic. You are on your way out of insomnia, because I can change people's behaviors around their sleep. I can set them sleep windows. I can give them behavioral changes like stimulus control and counter control. These are fantastic. These can happen very quickly. I can get people sleeping better. But the magic happens with the thought pattern change, and I get really excited when I hear people showing me their thought pattern change. And sometimes I don't even have to say it. Sometimes I can just see how excited and happy and more relaxed and calm people are. This is when I can sort of look at people on Zoom and just go, yeah, you know, you're doing so much better. Yeah, I get really happy when I see that. All right, hope this video has been helpful to you. So yeah, shift your focus on how you are approaching your insomnia treatment, and I think you'll find that really helpful. Sleepze.com if you want to work with me one-to-one. If you want to show me your happy face when you're sleeping better, that would be fantastic. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye bye.